I'm showing you the coolest cars, trucks, SUVs, and maybe even a van or two of 2025. I've been going to the Canadian International Autoshow for over 50 years. And just for fun, we'll find the least cool vehicle. I'll share that with you a little bit later.
And this gorgeous rolling sculpture in convertible form is the amazing Ferrari Roma Spider. Its 612 horsepower twin-turbo V8 screams to its 7,500 RPM redline. It starts at $247,308. That's US dollars, like all prices in this video. But like all Ferraris, it's automatic only. How does a Ferrari end up 23rd in the list? Well, there's so many more vehicles coming up, just like this Tesla Cybercab, also known as the Robotaxi. It's an upcoming two-passenger battery electric self-driving vehicle planned to be fully autonomous. In fact, prototype vehicles have no steering wheel or pedals. Production is planned to commence sometime before 2027, but I wouldn't hold your breath. There's no pricing info available as of yet. Red does not show how truly beautiful this car actually is. It's the Cadillac Celestiq. Thankfully, there's an almost unlimited color palette available. It's a bespoke vehicle. You work with designers to choose the materials to finish off the car in its exterior color and its interior features. Cadillac says it's essentially no limit to customization opportunities. Now, this thing is larger than an Escalade, but costs 3 times as much, starting at $340,000. The exterior, cabin design, and materials used in the Lexus LC convertible are just plain gorgeous. Now, this will definitely only appeal to an older clientele who have always wanted a beautiful personal luxury car. It's 5-liter V8 producing 471 horsepower the old school way, with no all-wheel drive, no turbos, no supercharger. It might look dated, but it's a modern classic, blessed with a V8 engine that sounds absolutely fantastic. Now, the Lucid Gravity by far is the most modern looking SUV available right now, starting at just over $80,000. It has 2 electric motors that provide all-wheel drive, and the range is about 450 miles. There's lots of space in the back and in the front. The 34-inch curved digital display screen floats above the dashboard. There's models available with up to 828 horsepower and has a height adjustable air suspension, Dolby Atmos surround sound from 22 speakers, towing capacity of a very generous 6,000 pounds, and super fast charge to 200 miles of range in just 12 minutes.
So what makes a car cool anyway? Well, definitely a unique look, rarity, power is always good, exciting exhaust note, things like spoilers, things like that. Just anything that creates excitement.
Well, the Hyundai Ioniq 5N delivers its thrills at a high value price point. Its dual electric motors puts out 601 horsepower, but can temporarily bump power output to 641 horsepower. That gives us a 0 to 60 time in just 3.3 seconds, and prices start at a mere $67,475 for all this horsepower. All-wheel drive system gives drivers the ability to distribute the bulk of that power to the front or rear wheels. Hyundai has programmed in a simulated gear shift feature that replicates the feel of a shift when you pull the steering wheel mounted paddles. Super cool fake gasoline engine sounds and fake 8-speed transmission that really sounds and feels like a real gas-powered supercar. And I'm not the only one that thinks this thing is pretty great. The Canadian Car of the Year for 2025 in its category. What? There's a van in this list? Absolutely. The Bright Drop van is an all-electric cargo van starting at $78,625, available both in front and all-wheel drive, but finally a viable real-world replacement for all those cargo vans that have been around absolutely forever. Is less weight, more grip, and shorter gearing make the Pure Sport an even wilder Bugatti Chiron. It's an 8-liter W16. Production is limited to 60 units worldwide, and the Pure Sport model weighs 110 pounds less than the Chiron Sport. But the total weight is still over 4,500 pounds. Carbon wheels are 9 pounds lighter than the aluminum wheels from the Chiron Sport. Gear ratios are 15% shorter. Claimed top speed is 261 miles per hour. And it has a 0 to 60 time in 2.4 seconds. All this for $3.6 million.
I've just driven in the snow over 3 hours to get here. I've got 1,000 vehicles to check out this afternoon, and I've got a 3-hour drive to get back.
This track-only 9,000 RPM V12 normally aspirated supercar is the Pagani Huayra R. It weighs only 2,315 pounds, which is almost half the weight of the Bugatti. Its top speed is 351 kilometers per hour, has a 6-speed sequential transmission. It's one of only 30 built worldwide. It's the most extreme Pagani hypercar made for track use only to date. A station wagon? Yep, this is the Audi RS6 Avant GT with its turbocharged 4-liter 621 horsepower V8. It's a family station wagon you just gotta love. Supercar performance in station wagon drag. Only 660 produced worldwide. Very cool, dressed in a decal package inspired by the amazing Audi 90 Quattro IMSA GTO class race car that stunned the racing world in 1989. It has a 0 to 60 time in only 3.3 seconds. Costs $126,600, at least that's what it starts at, and it has an integrated 48-volt hybrid system to assist with power delivery. It features Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system. Man, this is one cool station wagon.
When is a car not cool? Well, unfortunately, if a car gets good gas mileage or is very practical, holds the whole family, easy to drive, all those kinds of things, it typically makes it not that cool. I mean, it's a great car. I'm sure it's reliable. I'm sure it's a great investment for your family, but typically not cool.
This hardcore mid-engine mini supercar is the Lotus Emira First Edition, powered by a turbocharged version of an AMG-sourced 4-cylinder, starts at $102,250 with 400 horsepower, a 0-60 time of only 4.3 seconds. This car has amazing steering feel due to its hydraulic power assist as opposed to electrical in most cars. And those sexy body lines, well, they're just plain gorgeous. Of course, the amazing Lamborghini Revuelto, starting at $608,358. It's an absurdly powerful hybrid V12. It adds 3 electric motors for instant surge off the line, with a total output of both gas and electric powertrains being 1,001 horsepower. More horsepower than any other plug-in hybrid. It screams up to its 9,500 RPM redline, giving you a 0 to 60 time in only 2.2 seconds. It's available with surround view cameras, more passenger space than a Lamborghini Aventador, and electric power alone, its range is only 5 miles, but that's enough to get you away from your neighbors before unleashing that V12. And with this Cadillac Soleil concept, they're looking to recapture the image it once held atop the American luxury market. Cadillac hasn't offered a true convertible since 1976. This thing has gigantic 68-inch doors, and it definitely appeals to an older clientele who remember when Cadillacs were really, truly something special. This is a coach-built luxury electric vehicle featuring bespoke commissions. It has a 55-inch pillar-to-pillar info screen as a dashboard, and it comes with very unique accessories like a fully integrated beverage chiller and crystal glasses, 3D printed acrylic bird calls, and leather-bound journal with hand-painted bird illustrations for all you birders out there.
Cool cars don't intentionally try to fit in. They're just fun, they're enjoyable, and they're just a great time.
And this Cadillac CT5 V Blackwing is powered by a mega 668 horsepower V8. It has a standard 6-speed manual, yep, I said that, manual transmission with rear-wheel drive. It's a repeat Car and Driver 10 Best winner. It's actually the 4th time. It starts at $99,090, but it has a 0 to 60 time in just 3.6 seconds. Likely the last year for this beast, so if this is the kind of car you're looking for, get it now.
Basically, cool cars put a smile on your face whenever you drive them. You're maybe not sure exactly why, but it happens, and it happens every time.
And this Toyota GR Corolla is hand-built in Japan at the same facility that previously built the Lexus LFA supercar. The GR suspension and powertrain make it a legitimate contender in the sport compact segment. It still starts at under $40,000. Its 300 horsepower turbo 3-cylinder engine gives you a 0 to 60 time in just 4.9 seconds. It has those big brakes. It doesn't shout cool, but it's very subtle in its coolness. And here we've got the Ford Bronco Raptor Edition, which starts at $91,930. This thing is quick and comfortable. Now, it's knobby 37-inch off-road tires that are pushed further outboard thanks to wider tracks and covered by broad fender flares. The beefy suspension actually enables it to get airborne and live to tell the tale. The suspension system features Fox dampers soaking up whumps, bumps, and jumps, and a full complement of skid plates protects the underside when blasting over dunes or crawling across boulders. Its 418 horsepower twin-turbo 3-liter V6 will give you 0 to 60 time in only 5.6 seconds. What a cool truck. This gorgeous open-top beauty is the McLaren Arturo Spider. It starts at $254,100. It's a plug-in supercar with 21 miles of EV-only range. Its twin-turbo 3-liter V6 hybrid powertrain has 690 horsepower. Gas engine is supplemented by an axial flux electric motor located within the housing of the 8-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission. It boasts a 0 to 60 time of just 3 seconds. This beauty is the Ford Mustang GTD, starting at a mere $325,000. It has extremely limited availability, capped at about 1,000 units total. It's a barely street-legal race car with 815 horsepower, supercharged 5.2-liter V8. Has magnesium wheels to minimize unsprung weight, and if you want to take it on a lap on the Nürburgring, it's capable of doing that in under 7 minutes. And with the longest name of all our supercars, the Pininfarina Battista Edizione Nino Farina. It's a massive 1,900 horsepower and 1,726 pound-feet of torque from 4 electric motors, 1 for each wheel, 350 km/h top speed, and a 0 to 60 time in an amazing 1.79 seconds. Price is $3.2 million. This gorgeous Maserati MC20 Cielo with its convertible, retractable, electrochromatic glass top, which switches between clear and near opaque, features a twin-turbo V6 with 630 horsepower and a 0 to 60 time of 2.9 seconds. It starts at $243,000, but it's the supercar for enthusiasts who want something different, something that really stands out, and it's much more comfier than your typical supercar. And this is the amazing McLaren P1 with 217 miles per hour top speed, 903 horsepower, 664 pound-feet of torque, with only 375 produced, plus 1 Lego version. A little more about that later. It features 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds. It's twin turbocharged 3.8-liter V8 plus single electric motor hybrid. And it's a super light at only 3,075 pounds. Yes, I know what you're thinking. The McLaren P1 is not a 2025 model. But any car that has had a running, full-size Lego version built that's powered by 768 Lego motors, and that Lego model can itself hit almost 40 miles per hour, definitely deserves special consideration. And when it comes to the P1, well, just look at it. Isn't it gorgeous? And this is the Corvette ZR1. It's twin-turbo 5.5-liter V8 making 1,064 horsepower, which is the most powerful V8 produced in America from any auto manufacturer. Those cool sound effects in the background are courtesy of the ZR1. Now, this is a true made-in-USA hypercar at sports car money, starting at a mere $174,995. It has a 0 to 60 time in only 2.3 seconds. It features massive carbon ceramic brakes. This black with blue accents is really super cool. But you know, that rear spoiler, well, it's just absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how you're ever going to see out of this thing from behind, and I'm not even sure how you can close the rear hatch with that spoiler. And here it is, the coolest car of 2025. It's the Ferrari 296 GTS, starting at $346,950. This thing is a true flashback to the beautiful little Ferrari 246 Dino of the late 60s and early 70s. It has a glorious sounding turbocharged V6 paired with a plug-in hybrid system producing 819 horsepower. It happily revs to a magnificent sounding 8,500 RPM, leading to a very visceral driving experience, that's for sure. It features carbon fiber wheels for less unsprung weight, a 0 to 60 time in just 2.4 seconds. It's been a long time since Ferraris have had manual transmissions, and this one continues that trend with its dual clutch automatic. And you know, I searched throughout the show to find the least cool vehicle, and having virtual no competition, here it is, the Tesla Cybertruck. Remember the kid in high school that tried to dress and act so cool but actually wasn't? Well, welcome to the Tesla Cybertruck, starting at $81,985. Its polarizing looks definitely aren't for everyone. It looks very weird, but definitely not in a good or practical way. Sure, it's nice to be noticed, but only up to a point. It has a 0 to 60 time in 3.9 seconds, 131 mile per hour top speed, but in 2024, it had 6 recalls alone. It's said to be less reliable than 91% of all 2024 vehicles.
Which one's your favorite? Well, let me know in the comments below. Click here for your next video to check out some more super cool cars, and I'll see you there.